Right. So let's talk about the adrenal glands. ठीक है ना? So each almond-sized adrenal gland is actually two glands in one, and we discussed this before. आपका inner core होता है जिसे adrenal medulla कहते हैं और आपका outer shell होता है which is called the adrenal cortex, and they are demonstrated right here. Light brown में you have the outer shell which is the adrenal cortex, and under इसके अंदर dark brown में you have the adrenal medulla, right? This is your right adrenal gland and this is your left adrenal gland, just above the kidneys. So let's talk about the hormones that are being produced by the adrenal medulla first. You have epinephrine, which is famously known as adrenaline. You have norepinephrine, which is famously known as noradrenaline, or maybe not as famous as adrenaline. Like, you get what I'm trying to say. Functions क्या होते हैं इनके? Secreted as a response to stress situations like fear, danger, या cold. They increase your heart rate, your BP, your blood glucose level, your blood flow into the heart and lungs. और ये जो famously known fight or flight response है, that is caused by adrenaline. Then you have adrenal cortex, and कौन से hormones produced हो रहे हैं? You have steroid hormones, also called corticosteroids. So you have mineralocorticoids, which is an example of which is aldosterone, and then you have glucocorticoids, an example of which is cortisol or hydrocortisone. अब ये जो ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड्स हैं ये स्टिमुलेट कैसे हो रहे हैं? ये भी हार्मोन के थ्रू ही स्टिमुलेट हो रहे हैं. सो द HPA axis, what is that? Hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. So you have hypothalamus right here, which stimulates the pituitary gland right here, which stimulates the adrenal gland right here. So अगर हम यूं इनमें से एक लाइन बनाएं, so this is your HPA axis, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. With stress, hypothalamus sends CRH to anterior pituitary. Pituitary secretes ACTH. सबसे लंबा नाम है adrenocorticotropic hormone. ACTH goes to the adrenal cortex. क्यों cortex? Adrenocorticotropic, so adrenal cortex. ठीक है? Where it stimulates glucocorticoid secretion, and the sympathetic nervous system can also stimulate it. Sympathetic nervous system is a subdivision of the autonomic nervous system. ठीक है ना? So वो भी आपके क्या कहते हैं adrenal cortex को stimulate कर सकता है to produce adrenaline. So what does cortisol do? First of all, it makes more energy available to the body by forcing other body cells to switch to fats and amino acids as energy sources. It regulates a variety of important cardiovascular, metabolic, immunologic, and homeostatic functions, including regulating water balance. It also helps the body deal with stressful situations and keeps the blood glucose levels high enough to support the brain's activity. अब इसका फंक्शन कैटाबॉलिक होता है जिसकी वजह से ये प्रोटीन्स का ब्रेक डाउन कराता है एंड डिप्रेसेस द इम्यून एंड इन्फ्लामेटरी रिस्पॉन्स एंड रीडायरेक्ट्स दी सर्कुलेटिंग lymphocytes in the blood to lymphoid and peripheral tissues where pathogens usually are. Then you have aldosterone. ये adrenal cortex से release होता है in response to decline in either blood volume or blood pressure. And it helps reabsorb sodium ions from the distal and collecting tubes in the kidney so that these ions are not lost in the urine. These are important ions, they cannot be excreted out of the body, so they are reabsorbed. And the water follows sodium ions, so the blood volume increases and the blood pressure also increases. And lastly, you have testosterone, which assists in the development of male reproductive tissues such as testes and prostate, and also assists in promoting secondary sexual characters such as increased muscle and bone mass and the growth of body hair.